Hello and welcome to another quick look. This time I'm taking a look at the Satellite Terrain by 5 Live Studios. And Satellite Terrain is basically a spiritual successor for all the Syndicate wars. Although it is a bit different from that. Many people have come for the game thinking it is basically a copy of Syndicate wars, and that may lead into a disappointment if you keep thinking that. Because it is while it is a very similar game, it is still quite a bit different as well. And if you are expecting a carbon copy of Syndicate Wars, you might end up disappointed. So let's look at the game so you should see how it is actually. So let me log in, and we'll be using my current playthrough, and I'll show some stuff from there. So let's load up from this save point here. And one thing, if you get the game or play the game, you notice that the loading times on the game are actually quite long. Although the loading times are only when you start the game are very long, and then when you load up your save, it's decently long or not that bad. But when you are actually in the game, it's there's like no loading, because everything happens in a single area. Well, technically single areas, and they are pretty wide and massive areas. Like this one here, this is the grid, one of the other locations in the game, not the starting one, and these are massively spanning areas. As you can see, there is just so much space in here. Let's not venture in there too much yet. So it's more like a open city or world, instead of what Syndicate games used to be, which had more like a mission structure. You went from mission to mission to different locations and different maps, and it was a compact mission you did, and then you ended the mission and went home and upgraded your soldiers and all that. In this one, you pretty much keep playing on a single area all the time. No instances, nothing. Everything is in the same city map. And personally, I would have preferred a more structuralized mission type like that, but this one is also really damn cool. So, Syndicate and this game both are in this futuristic, kinda dystopian cyberpunk future, where you have these highly trained augmented soldiers or agents who do missions for you. And down here you have your 4 soldiers. So this game has only 4 guys you control in real time all the time, and their classes are always predetermined. You have let's actually go here so you can see better in the loadout. So this guy is your soldier, the next guy is your support, and next guy is hacker, and then you have a infiltrator. And each of them have different roles in your squad. Soldier is pretty much the tank equivalent of any, say, MMOs or whatever. He has draw fire, hardens, has pretty good firing skills, but he also has hard wiring, which can be used to hack things like doors and many other things, power generators. Support is your basic healer type, has field medic, some team stims, leadership for extra heal, and also the world scan, which I will show in a second. Then you have a hacker, which, well, the name kinda tells you what it is. He's hacking, and he can also hijack. If you have played the Syndicate games, this is your Persuade drone, which you can use to hijack people, to use them as a temporary 5th soldier or as a clone, which I will show you in a moment as well. And he also has drones that you can use to help. And then you have your infiltrator, which is basically your stealth class. He has a melee attack, can use snipers very effectively, so you can take out enemies silently from a distance or sneak behind and slice them. He also has cloak, which allows you to sneak past turrets and cameras and people very easily. and also some thief abilities that give you more money and stuff like that. So anyways, let's look at the city next. So this is the grid, which is after the initial area. So if you look at let's look at the mission control here. So this is the map of the game. And you start down here. This is the tutorial area. You start through here, and downtown is your first area, and then you go into other locations of the city. I'm currently in the grid here. There's industrial there, and this upper area here. So the city is actually pretty massive. It doesn't seem so much from the map, but there is lots of locations, as you can see already from this. But let's just take a stroll through the city before I explain anything else. And I just want to show how good looking the city is. It looks so live. There's patrols with drones, there's cameras everywhere, there's cars driving by, there's civilians going around. And just a amazingly crafted environment. If you don't take anything from this game, just look at the awesomeness of this dystopian. Ignore that. That's some future car having some small issue. So there is still a few bugs here and there with this game. The game initially was in Kickstarter, and then it was in early access on Steam for a while, and it finally now released as full release, but it still has some kinks here and there that need to be fixed. So there is all these buildings here, just tons and tons of nice environments to fight in and play with. This is one of the compounds, the Ronin area. And these are usually, as you can see, the red area there on this upper map. That's your minimap, and you see these red areas. These are where you actually do your missions. So there are different compounds for different companies and organizations and stuff like that. And let's go through some of the abilities. So you have your soldier guy, your basic guy with guns. Well, everyone has guns, but he's focused on guns. Has grenades, which you can buy. The rage, which increases your damage. Has harden, which lowers damage taken, and then basically a taunt, draw fire, which also lowers damage. So you can just tank and spank with him. Let's actually go down here. I'll show you one mission, how they go. And next you have your support. He also can use grenades, and he has the world scan. So this is the world scan you can activate, which allows you to see all kinds of information about the world, like all these wirings. The blue wires are power lines, the purple lines are cameras, so there's terminals you can use to disable the cameras. Red ones are door controls and doors, of course. Yellow ones are usually this is an ammo box. There's a some ruckus going on there. There's data terminals and all kinds of stuff you can see with this. You can also see enemy units as red or hostile units, like this guy, and you can also look at their information here. And you can also look at the civilians and get some information. I actually have upgraded world scan already for a maximum range and to gain all of this extra information. You can spend money normally to get that, but this is a really cool way of seeing all kinds of information about the world. Let's park my people here, I guess, for a second. And target found. Nice. I actually have a mission to kill that guy. So your support guy also has this stimulant, which is basically slow time. As you can see, everything slows down to a crawl when you use this ability. And the game has real-time combat, and it doesn't have any pause feature or anything, and this is basically the only thing you can use to slow down the game. But doing fights at first might be a bit overwhelming when you have lots of enemies coming at you, but you don't actually need to have massive speed on clicking things to do things properly. It's actually quite easy to do battles. Well, they can be difficult, but you don't have to be quick thinking, quickly doing stuff. And of course, he has the nanobot heal as well, which is an area heal, overtime heal, on your guys. Then we have our hacker guy, and he can basically just hack terminals like the purple terminal somewhere here for the cameras, and the hijack is his other ability. So hijack can be used to grab people as clones, as I said, and for temporary soldiers. So I'm gonna just find a guy, and using the world scan and the scan on the people, you can see the attributes here. So you see the level required and the energy cost, and also what stats the clone has. So we should actually try to grab one of these guys, although there is a jammer soldier here which prevents me from using abilities, which kinda sucks. He looks like a nice candidate. So you just click on this, click on that. Let me get this. So we are hacking his brain now, and there we go. Now he's our 5th soldier here, and you can let them walk around. If you hijack an enemy soldier, it actually doesn't make him aggressive to the enemies, so you can actually use him to walk around in areas where the soldiers would normally be able to go. But if you start fire, of course, then it's gonna be hostile. This can be really handy for additional firepower in big fights, especially if you grab one of the higher level soldiers around here. But you can also send him back to cloning. You can see the information that we already saw here. So just send him Susan Spencer, return for cloning now. So that's pretty much a hacker, and you also have the drone, so you can deploy these small drones which will fight for you in battles. You can buy different drones and research different drones for additional firepower as well. Then you have the infiltrator here. So infiltrator has a knockback shot with the snipers, which basically knocks down an enemy, so it cannot fire at you, and then you can just kill him quickly. He has a cloak, so you can cloak with him, and you can use this to sneak around. And he has the sword slash, which can be used for silent kills. It does a lot of damage. You can just go and chop, and he's dead. Let's go away. And he also has a sniper setup, which increases his damage while doing snipering. So let's go back down here. Yeah, there. Just walk my guys there. So those are basically your basic abilities on your soldiers. Some of them are not unlocked at the start of the game. You have to wait a bit to unlock them. Your soldiers level up as you do missions and kill people and stuff like that. And if your soldiers die, they lose experience. There is these relays here and there on the map, which are basically save points, also respawn points for your people. And your usual mission when you start the game is to actually activate these relay beacons around the map, especially if you go to a new location. So that's basically your basic controls on the map. I'll show you a mission later on. Up here you can see your money and your research and the main menu as well. And big thing about getting the money in the game is actually hacking these ATM machines here. And you siphon cash out of those to get constant stream of money, which actually might be one of the small flaws in the game, because when you have hacked a few of them, you start just snowballing money more and more and more if you wait. So if you really want to make the game super easy for you, you could just leave the game running for a few hours, go have a dinner, and come back for lots and lots of money, which you can use for research and equipment for your people. And I think it would have been better idea if money was gained through doing more missions and different kind of activities, more active gaining of the money than just passively siphoning the money out of the ATMs. I like the idea. It fits the world really well, but as a gameplay mechanic, it might be a bit badly thought out. Okay, let's go to the menu here then. I'll show you some stuff here. So this is the mission control. It shows you the map, all the locations, and different compounds you can go to. It shows also stuff like the ATMs, relay beacons, these data terminals, And usually, when you have a mission, you can activate a ping, or you can also make a custom ping in an area. So it kind of works as a waypoint system as well for you. And here are some of the missions. They always show up here in the mission dossier. The Project Satellite Train is the main campaign of the game, and you have different things you need to go to. And this was a bit confusing at start, because I guess I'm too used to games just pointing out, this is your next step, go there, go here. And you kind of need to read through these and get some information from these, like there's a side entrance you can use and stuff like that, and where to go next, basically, and what to do. So definitely take a look at these. There's also a black market dealer, which you can use to buy blueprints or prototypes for different technologies. Like here I have shieldings and sonic grenades and ammo packs and stealth generators and all of this nice stuff. And we have all kinds of weapons. I would actually like to get the assault rifles. And we can actually buy the prototype. We have the money, so I'm gonna just grab that for now. And it gives you one or a couple copies of the prototype, which you can use in the loadout here, in the weapons, and give to your guys. It says prototype here, and this item is a prototype, and we cannot reproduce it. So if you lose it, it's gone forever. So if they die in the field, prototype will be lost and need to be reacquired. Instead of giving this to your guys immediately, you can go to the research here, and you can start to research the gun, and there's the info of the gun, researchers required. You can bribe more people using the world scan. You see sometimes these yellow people walking around, and they are usually bribable scientists, which you can add to your own team. Like I have 11 at the moment, and you can add more researchers to the team. So we can start the research here. It costs 4,000 at the moment, and a bit, and time of completion is this. So we can start the research here, and we can add more people to make it quicker, but it starts to cost more money. That's fine. I'm just gonna pump up some money there, and we'll get some assault rifles. And once you have done the research, you can now buy the whatever you research and have multiple copies of that, so you don't lose the prototype anymore. But it is fairly easy to reacquire the prototype as well, because you can just buy it from the market. So if you really need a, say, stealth generator right now, you can buy it. There are some really useful upgrades in here, especially in the augmentations and other gear. The grenades make a massive difference. Remote hacking is also an amazing tool, because it allows everyone in your team to use hacking from the hacker skills, not just the hacker. And it makes like the infiltrator extremely useful, because you can stealth and hack. But anyways, we have these district locations as well. Downtown was the first area. We are in the grid now, and these are the different areas on the map which we can use. For example, the Dragogenics guard station here, or in the downtown we have this Dragogenics military compound. I've done the barracks and the military supply dock, and there's an armory there still to be busted, although I did buy all the prototypes that are available in there. This is actually additional information I bought about the location, which reveals you what prototypes you get there. They seem to be random in each playthrough, what I discussed with some of my viewers, so you might get something totally different in there. And a couple of the people say that you can get screwed by getting really bad prototypes there, or you can get some really nice prototypes. Like one of my viewers got the assault rifle from fairly easy compound, not this one, and it made this downtown area a joke. Someone else got medium armor, and I just have light armor on my team, and just getting the light armor made a world's difference. And I cannot even imagine what you would do if you get shielding from one of those, armor and shielding even, or in case of this assault rifle, shielding and the armor, and you would be set for life for a really nice progress in the game. And in addition to buying this information, like well, we can buy the information right here. It shows that we can hack the way in, so it tells you multiple ways to go in. Every location has usually front door you can bust through. with force, it's not the best approach. Mostly, this game emphasizes on stealth a lot, and these additional informations definitely tell you how to stealth around. And there's now a mission called Find Access, and we can activate the ping, and it shows on the map here. There's a data terminal we need to go hack to get an access into there. But I'm not gonna do that because we're in the grid. So this is the mission control basically, and this is very important for you, and sadly you do have to read. If you don't like reading in games, this might not be the game for you, because lots of important information is in here. And that was the research. In loadout here, we showed the guns already, so you can equip guns and buy guns here for your guys. Pretty much anyone can use pretty much any gun. A sniper team is apparently super powerful. I haven't gone for it yet because it might be a bit too OP. Then you have gear for your people. They have 2 slots by default. I have armor and grenades on this guy, but I could get some more slots for them and get some additional healing items and proxy hackers and all this other gear and whatever I can get from research as well. And then there's augmentation. So you have head slot, body slot, arm slots, and leg slot for these upgrades. So for example, here we have ocular upgrade, which increases my accuracy on shooting. There's a subdermal plating, which gives health and health regeneration and armor and stuff like that. So there's a lot of these. I don't have any that many research at the moment, but there is all kinds of fun stuff, as you could expect from a cyberpunk game. And then there's the clone system. So your guys are all clones basically, or they use clone bodies. And one thing I was wondering about the game when I started the game, that there is very little customization for these guys. You can basically choose your company color, which changes their clothing color a bit, and that's it. And you can also change the main colors here to change these around a bit, like that. And that's it pretty much. You can do some headwear. I don't think we have any at the moment, so you can change these around. And then you can also customize the guns and all that. But the main reason why you cannot customize these guys is because of the clone system. So you go around the town using the hijack, as I showed you. You can grab people, random civilians or soldiers, and you get the stat bonuses. So there's all these people I have hijacked and stored, and we could now change bodies on this guy. And you see you get these health bonuses, speed bonus, and whatever stats the body has. And you can see that the guy actually changes the looks totally. Now he is a female suddenly, instead of that male character. So we can just apply this and change bodies, and now your team member will be this guy instead of the other guy, until you change your body again. Each time a soldier dies, you have to spend money, first to get him back and his gear back, but also all of these stats, in addition to losing the experience when they die and respawn, they also degrade the clone bodies, so they lose all these health bonuses and whatever they have from the clone. And if you keep dying over and over, you need to re-grab some new clone bodies, get some fresh meat on the table. And then you have the skill system here, which I quickly showed at the start as well. So leveling up allows you to unlock these abilities, which are very, very helpful. And you also have log here for basically all the information about the game. There is lots and lots of information in here if you need info about the game. But anyways, let's get out of there, and I'll show you one mission. So this area here is a bank. I don't remember the exact name. This is a Haugstuen Hasen Global Bank. So we can click on this and see mission info about here. I'm done this. So I had a mission in here to get all the ATMs in the grid area, and then go hit the bank, get some cash reward and the siphon bonus, which I didn't get because I went there before I actually did this, and I didn't get this second part of the mission completion. So that's one of the things about this game. I'm also a bit, well, I'm not disappointed, but could be done a bit better. So you can go to any of these locations at any point and steal the stuff they have, but the campaign story basically makes you go to pretty much every location, or some of the side missions makes you go to pretty much all of these locations in the map. So it might be better if you play the game and you don't go to any of these locations until you have that mission, so you don't have to do the place twice. Because some of them are really annoying to complete multiple times. Some are very easy to just pop in, pop out. And you might lose some of these really nice rewards, like this gives me 40% more money all the time, which is a big deal. And I was kinda sad I didn't get this. So if you play the game, I recommend only doing missions when they point for you to go to some location. Unless, of course, you see that there's amazing reward there and you want that right now. Then you should go there. But this is a bit... this could be thought out a bit better as well. Maybe gate the content a bit more, like have locks in the doors that you cannot unlock until this mission, and you need to do this. That syndicate style mission structure would work better with this as well. But anyways, let's pop in there now. So back to my soldiers, and we'll be using infiltrator for this. So there is this air vent here. Let's use the world scan. This is one of those terminals you can disable the cameras with. Let me show you. So he hacks the camera terminal there, and the cameras will be offline for a while. You see the duration there on the console and as well on the camera. That wasn't really necessary. And there is an air vent here. This is a tall air vent. You need an ability to be able to go into the taller air vents. Everyone can go to the well, not tall ones that are on the ground level, but hijack. This infiltrator can just climb in there, and he goes up the roof here, and you can use the elevator here to get down there. You can also use this zip line to zip all the way on this side. Although this one, as I found out, is actually powered, so there is a blue line coming up into there, and if you try to zip line this powered zip line, you are gonna get shocked and have a bad day. So you need to turn off the power first. Let's pop in the door in here. So now we're in the combat area, and those guys will and saw me actually stealth and go back up. Let's hide behind here. Maybe they don't come down here. So you see the yellow light on their flashlights there is that they saw some movement, but they didn't spot me yet. But they just investigated the area there. And the goal always in these combat areas or the organization areas is to hit this green door, which is basically the target where the prototypes or money or whatever is hidden. And your goal is to go there and get out without dying. Usually. If there is prototypes, you need to carry the prototypes out to secure them. If it's just stealing money, you get the money immediately, and you can actually die and complete the stuff. So we'll just sneak here. I'm gonna turn off the cameras here, which are in the front yard there. And we're gonna sneak. The patrol went away, so we can just sneak through here and grab this, and we are in. So we're probably gonna get some money out of this as he comes out. Yeah, about 1,600 or so, and the patrol is coming back. I'll use the stealth. I could actually deal with this patrol a bit if I wanted to, but that is a very easy bank mission to hit. Although I have a lot of skills on the infiltrator, like the hacking, remote hacking, and the stealth, and all these other abilities, which makes life so much easier. The other option to go in there would have been just go through here at the front door, all this and that door. There's another side here where you can use another air vent to get there. That's it, pretty much. Let me do a quick save because I actually like this progress for my own playthrough. Save there, and we're gonna go do some fighting. So you see some of the gunplay as well. Because we just start a firefight in the middle of the city. Use some grenades. That was actually a very surprising part of the game, that the environment is very destructible. Sadly not the cars, because in Syndicate Wars I loved exploding cars and chain reactions of exploding cars. Sadly in this one they are kinda just a visual thing. But lots of the environment is destructible, like the doors here. We'll just hit this compound from the side here. So we'll hide in there and we'll send our grenade boy. There's a soldier with shield. Usucorp commander. Ooh, they're actually coming out. Wait a minute, we might be doing something different. So you stayed behind. You stayed there. Can you please leave? So the commander goes there. Okay, there they go. Lots of this game is waiting and seeing as well how the enemy reacts and how they patrol, because you don't want to go in, especially if you are stealthing. You have to be really careful not to get spotted. You can really get overwhelmed by the soldiers. Can you stop looking at me? Because I would like to throw a grenade at your face here. Well, let's just do it. Wasn't me. Uh oh, the camera sees me. Let's get guns. Is he trying to melee me? Do some combat hijacking. He's down. There's a lot of really high-level soldiers here. I'm getting wrecked. You should use cover normally, but I was just carelessly running in there. And these guys are dead currently. You could have rescued them if you went there in time, but I wasn't nearly quick enough. But after this is done, we can respawn them in the closest relay node. And as you can see, if you use the slow time, this is actually fairly controllable. Although I'm facing overwhelming force at the moment, there's no way I can deal with all of these. There's one of those doggy drones, patrol dogs, which actually attack you like dogs. Just look at this amount of people. This is the rich part of town, so surprisingly they have pretty good defenses here. So my soldier is down, and I'm using my support guy to actually resurrect him or get him up immediately. Harden again. But there is no way I can deal with this. They have plasma rifles, shields, and just huge numbers. I don't know why they are shooting each other. Ah, it's actually... These are the corporation soldiers from here, and these are the city guards. But yeah. Let's just give up. I give up. And we're down. So this would decorate all my soldiers' corpses. There's a bit of action going in there as well. Civilians getting beaten. These are targeting the civilians. What a chaos. You can actually... Let me go away from there. The noise is quite loud. You can actually, for example, throw a grenade or cause some trouble, and if you run away quickly and they don't see it's you, and there are some civilians around, they will actually suspect the civilians were doing that as well. And since there was me, the city guard, and the corporation fighting there, they actually started shooting each other as well, which actually was quite fun. So there is a small, insane action going there. But yeah, that's how the fights goes. The game definitely focuses more on stealth and trying to take out small groups quickly before they alert this many people. Because with this many people and this high-geared people, you will die like this. But anyways, that's pretty much Satellite Train. It's pretty awesome game, but if you were expecting Syndicate Wars clone, it's exactly not exactly a clone, but very similar style of game. I highly recommend trying it out. It does have a few issues here and there and some kinks and problems, but nothing too major to stop you from having lots and lots of fun if you enjoy squad-based tactics in real time and also this dystopian cyberpunk world. But anyways, thanks for watching again, and I'll see you guys on another quick looks, stream recordings and other YouTube videos on my YouTube channel. And I also live stream every day on twitch.tv, so check out that as well. I play games like this and other builder management simulation, strategy games and simulation games as well, and every now and then some other RPGs and whatever as well. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys.